I am doing fantastic. You have about 5 minutes? All right, sounds great. So the purpose of this call is first to go over your credit report, which looks amazing. And then I have questions for you about your pay because I have it calculated. I just want to make sure it's calculated correct. And then go over specific numbers like purchase price, down payment, the down payment assistance, the monthly payment estimates, and then the funds to close and how we can get them as low as possible. Would you like to get anything out of this call as well that I did not discuss? Okay, sounds great. So first thing is your credit report. Your credit looks amazing, as I said. And I'm just going to go over it line by line real quick. All right, so your three scores are 738, 758, and 782. Great job. You do not need to do anything, but it says your 738 can go up to a 781, and your 782 can go up to a 792. So it just points out that you can boost your score if you want to, but you don't need to do anything, okay? All right, so I just have your auto loan. You pay $475 a month. 2 student loans, they look a lot smaller. Maybe just per semester, $44 a month and $35 a month. Is that correct? Good job. Good job. Okay. And then just one credit card with a very low balance and a minimum payment of $25 a month. Everything else is at zero and closed. And then no collections, nothing else. Does that sound correct? All right. Exciting. So great job. You're doing amazing work. All right. So question for you on your position. Like you did such a good job at your year-to-date pay stubs, your W-2s and whatnot, and your pay stubs. They looked just the tiniest bit blurry, but I think I got the numbers correct. Question for you is, it looks like just this year they added tips, and the past 2 years they just, I think they lumped them into other. What do you know what other is on the pay stub? So they added a line for that, right? Do you think that's exactly what I saw? I just wanted to confirm with you. I just want to make sure it's not like a bonus or like a regular pay of some type that we could get hung up on. So you think that you did like 11,000 in tips, 12,000 in tips, then they just split them up at some point, probably recently, because you were doing like 5,000 in other, and then they added like 2,000 in tips and separated them. So that must have been super recent in the past couple months, right? Perfect. So anything else that you can think of? There's no like bonuses or anything. It's all commission, tips. Okay. Commission and tips, right? Well, with that being said, as long as your employer explains it, like why they're broken up, and they just state that, then I think we look great right now for 180,000. We'll do a conventional loan. You can do FHA if you like. I don't think there's any advantage to you. I think your lowest payment and your most attractive offer will be conventional, but you do get to choose. Okay. With Mishta, the rate is the same no matter what. Right now it's a 6.375. So if you did conventional or FHA, the rate will be the same because the program sets their own rates. Okay. I don't know if you have a specific house picked out, so I just did a generic house at 180,000. It's just a general idea, but your payment could be around 14 to 1,500 a month, all in, including principal and interest, taxes, homeowners insurance, and whatnot. And at 180, the minimum down payment as a first-time homebuyer, you haven't owned a home in the past 3 years, correct? Okay, the minimum down payment for a conventional loan is 3%, which is 5,400. We'll take that full 10,000 in down payment assistance. In this example, we'll use 5,400, your minimum down payment, towards your down payment, and then the remaining 4,600 we'll use towards your closing costs. There could be about 8 to 10,000 in closing costs, so the difference would be left for you. And what that means is right now, If you didn't ask the seller to help you with any closing costs, you could owe like 6 grand, give or take. So what we could do is we could ask the seller to pay $3, $4, or $5,000. If you ask them to pay $3,000 and split that difference, then you could come to closing with $3,000 and buy a house with as low as $3,000. If you ask them to pay $4,000, you could come to close with as little as $2,000. Does that make sense? And minimum, you have to be 1% in. So if you buy a $180,000 house, you have to provide $1,800. Even if you get the seller to pay more, your investment must be 1% at the minimum. And then what I do is just use those seller concessions and put more money down if I need to. There's some tricks that I have up my sleeve to help you with that when you negotiate. Okay? So if you do want to be under $1,400 a month, I would say probably closer to like 170 to 165, 160, but I can get you approved right now based off all the documents and speaking with you for up to 180. Your just payment might be a little bit over 1,400 a month, okay? Congratulations, you are pre-approved. It's a conventional loan or FHA. Conventional is the most attractive to sellers. It's the less strict on the appraisal, a little bit easier on underwriting. And yeah, if you're good with those numbers, I'll get your pre-approval over to Matthew. And do you have any questions for me? Great. Next steps is to just work with Matthew, find the right house, go on showings, make sure that you love it. If you love it and want to write an offer, just send me a message or have Matthew call me. I'll run the numbers specifically to that house. Every home has different property taxes, so the payments are different. There's a couple home types that will cause you to qualify for way less. So if you look at a condo or a manufactured home, people qualify for way less on those, and you have to bring more money out of pocket for manufactured homes. Are you interested in those, or do you want me to talk about them? Okay, let's do this. If you do pick a condo or manufactured home, then let's have a conversation before you go look at it. Otherwise, let's stick to stick-built homes with no more than 5 acres, and you'll be fine for Mishta, okay? All right. Congratulations, Tess. I'll talk to you later. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.